Hello and welcome to The Big Fight, a show that is young at 23, the oldest running debate show on Indian news television. Well, results are out and this week was fascinating because there was a little bit for everyone. You know, the BJP is happy because of their record win in Gujarat. The Congress is happy because they have managed to get Himachal Pradesh, pretty impressive lead that they have had over the BJP. The Samajwadi Party is happy that they've been able to retain Bastion Mainpuri. RLD is happy to get some lead in the Khatoli by-election. They've won. And other by-elections also where results seem to be a bit of a please all. But is there a larger message that one can take to 2024? Or do these results reflect the mood as of this moment? Some regional factors in play. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot MCD and the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party is now a national party. So even that has to be mentioned. But should we read a larger message for 2024? Or is this largely the result of this moment? So on The Big Fight, we put that to a discussion, result 2022 and its impact 2024. Or are we reading a bit too much? Let's find out. Let me introduce our guests in the studio. The first big fight that we are having after the Corona Kal, right here in the studio. It's so nice to see all of you right here. Thank you very much. Reena Gupta, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Supriya Shrinate, spokesperson of the Congress. Prakash Chand Sharma, leader of the BJP. Aarti Jairat, senior journalist. Kartikeya Batra is a political researcher. And PKD Nambiar, a political analyst. Let's begin this show with what we call is the first punch, where each of you get a minute for your opening comments. So Kartikeya, we'll begin with you.
Sanket, I think we're ending this year with a good message on a democratic front with 1-1-1, as you mentioned. Everybody has something to be happy about. Over-concentration of power is never good in a democracy. So I'm happy that this election has more for the opposition than for the incumbent BJP, incumbent Buddha Center and several states. But I think as we go into this analysis, I can clearly see both pluses and minuses for all three parties. There are clear messages for Aam Aadmi Party, Congress and the BJP. I'm not sure how much time I have on this segment, but probably we can delve into this later. But I'm really happy.
You got 30 more seconds.
Okay. I think for the Aam Aadmi Party, Gujarat is a good result. I think it's a very good result in terms of vote share. Don't look at the seats. MCD, definitely they've wrested power. But I think their organizational weaknesses will now come in their way if they want to truly go national.
Sure.
It also seems that they're losing some of the Muslim vote in Delhi. Something to look out for.
Okay.
BJP, over-reliance on Modi ji will be a challenge, although this is a massive victory for the record books.
Yeah.
And Himachal finally tells Congress that wherever there's a local leadership that works in sync with central leadership, where you fight, you will win, you can win.
Okay.
But where you abandon ground like Delhi and Gujarat, things will not look as good.
Yeah. So low-key campaign doesn't work.
Well,
That's
no campaign.
Okay, no campaign. Okay. I'll come to you, Supriya, for that. Reena Gupta.
I think, Sanket, 2022 brings a wave of fresh change in the country. काम की राजनीति, मुद्दों की राजनीति, real politics is being recognized. Aam Aadmi Party first won Punjab, we won Delhi MCD, and in Gujarat we won 13% vote share, 5 seats. So this is overall very, very good for Aam Aadmi Party. The people of Gujarat have also given us, because of the vote share in Gujarat, we have the national status. And 2024 will be about real politics, real issues of health, of education. And as of today, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is the most recognized face in the country. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, Aam Aadmi Party stand for clean, corruption-free governance in the country.
Okay. Aarti Jairat.
Sanket, Indian politics is so complex that I think it's dangerous really to draw big conclusions from, every election that happens. And, we saw, for instance, in, what was it, 2018, the Congress swept those 3 states in December, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, and then proceeded to get almost wiped out in the 2019 Lok Sabha polls. So I'm saying that it's dangerous to draw conclusions. I think what these elections have proved is that, Modi is very dominant in Gujarat. And yes, the BJP rides on his shoulder. He carries the entire BJP on his shoulders. I think that has been proved in Gujarat. There's some consolation for the Congress in Himachal. And yes, I think the point that Karthik made, you know, that rely on local leaders, don't bring your big guns in. Maybe the Congress actually did better because Rahul Gandhi was not there to campaign. He was
In
busy.
Himachal?
Yeah.
Or in Gujarat?
In Himachal.
Okay.
You know, Rahul Gandhi did not campaign
Yeah, he
at
did
all.
not campaign, but
and
Priyanka
although
did.
Priyanka was there, but Priyanka kept a fairly low profile, you know. It was mainly the local leaders who were, you know, sort of guiding the campaign.
Okay, sure.
And as far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, well, I mean, you know, they're hoping to replace the Congress as the major national challenger to the BJP, but I think they have a long way to go yet. And it would be too hasty for them to just draw conclusions from one Gujarat performance.
Supriya Shine.
So I think 2022 election opens up a huge window of opportunity as far as the opposition in this country is concerned. I think BJP went in as an incumbent in Himachal, Gujarat and the Delhi MCD, lost 2 and won only Gujarat. It lost 5 out of the 7 bypolls that happened. And it's important to remember that these bypolls happened in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh, and they were losing in their own bastions like Uttar Pradesh. So this is some consolation for the opposition. I also think the loss of face as far as Himachal or even the by-elections is concerned, this is issue-based. People are negating the Modi factor. The Modi factor is very dominant in Gujarat. I'm not going to deny that. I also think we could have done a lot better in terms of campaign strategy going into that election. We need to reinvent the Gujarat wheel. I'm not going to deny that. But I think beyond Gujarat, the BJP has very many reasons to worry. And in the last line, I will only say it's good for the Aam Aadmi Party to be ambitious and audacious. But I think eventually your ideology and your stance on contentious issues will come into question because you seem to be evasive about that.
So you can elaborate on that in the future. And then I'll give you a right to reply also. Prakash Chand Sharma.
Sanket, where there is a will, there is a way. This election has shown this. BJP as a party on ideology, which is growing regularly on an organic basis, and that is a model of development that was proven by the Gujarat with a thumping majority over there, and that too also in Himachal and this Delhi, you can say, rather into the by-elections where the oppositions was united and supporting each others, not getting the candidate outside. Even in this case of Mainpuri and others, we get entered into the Rampur. Though the alliance was there between this Mahagathbandhan and the Congress there in Bihar, we won this election. So this is showing this country needs, you know, the development, and Modi is the face, not for the BJP, for the country also, because worldwide also we are getting recognized, and this is also get recognized by the local people, the citizen of India, and we do the politics of us for the public, by the public, and to the public.
Okay, sure. PKT Nambiar.
This election is more of like a defining moment for India. You know why? The reason being the Gujarat's unprecedented and unparalleled kind of a victory which has never seen, at least in the last 2-3 decades, at least in the last 2 decades for sure, other than in the Bengal. So I think this shows that there is one leader who is undefeatable, and he has become a remarkably far ahead of everyone, whether it is Congress or any of the regional parties and leaders. I think the Modi wave is still continued to be there from 2014, and it's still there. And I think 2024, this election has paved the way for the 2024 in a better way. And 2023, Sanket, be very careful. There are states which is Karnataka, Rajasthan, Telangana, and Chhattisgarh. 2 states are actually now ruled by the Congress. So I think that this will have a better impact and a more powerful impact on the coming state elections. And those will be paving the way for the 2024. And today, for one thing is sure, that there is no one who comes even closer to the magic or the personality of Narendra Modi.
So we'll come to this Modi phenomenon and the point that you've been making and its effect on the 2023 state assembly elections. But you know, Supriya, the point that you made about ideology, and it's important when you fight elections. Now, if you apply that to the Congress, would you call the Congress's win in Himachal Pradesh a function of that ideology that you believe in? Or, as Karthikeya said, a sign of local leadership, which effectively worked?
So with all due respect to commentators here, I think elections are never one-on-one issue. It's never an ideology, it's never the local issue, it's never the local leadership or the central. Of course, everything comes together. Everything is a cog in the wheel, so to say. So yes, we spoke about issues that matter in Himachal, which was the old pension scheme, which was huge unemployment, which was the apple, the apple orchards. And we have demonstrated that we can bring old pension scheme, whether it's Rajasthan or Chhattisgarh, and which is why people believed in this. Of course, there was a very spirited campaign. Priyanka Gandhi may have kept low profile, but she was our main face. It's very easy for people to just sit here and bash Rahul Gandhi, but I think the effect that the Bharat Jodo Yatra is having on the Congress, forget about anybody else, on the Congress and on the people who are joining us, is quite phenomenal. I've never seen something like this, and I feel extremely proud to be associated with that.
But don't you think it's bad messaging when in the middle of a Bharat Jodo Yatra, a result like Gujarat comes, where from being the principal opposition party, you reduce to 17 MLAs?
So, Sanket, whether it's this morning's newspapers or the TV shows that I've been on all day and all evening yesterday, it only seems that the Gujarat verdict came. It only
and
seems
not Himachal.
Yeah, and not Himachal, not MCD, to be fair to AAP, or not the by-elections that the BJP lost. The BJP has lost face in the heartland, in Chhattisgarh, in Rajasthan, in Uttar Pradesh, in Odisha. So what exactly are we talking about? I think the BJP actually has a lot to worry, because there seems to be an anti-incumbency. This Modi magic that is being talked about definitely is working in Gujarat, but is not working in Himachal. Mr. Modi, mind you, crisscrossed the hill state. He asked for votes on his face. The BJP's national president belongs to Himachal, and yet Himachal was lost, and not by, it's a small state, so the vote percentage will always be low. 18 seats down, 6% vote share down for the BJP. If this is not reason to worry, I'm happy they're not worried about
So
this.
are you saying that if they claim victory in Gujarat and
I mean,
Modi is the face,
exactly,
if the Modi is the face,
Modi.
okay.
If the bouquets are for Mr. Modi,
So the
there,
brickbats should
where
also
is-
be for-
should the brickbats in Himachal be for Jairam Thakur? Had anybody heard about him before these elections?
Okay, Prakash Chandra Sharma. Yeah, I'll come to you. Prakash,
I'm
respond
just
to that.
replying Supriya about it. See, important comes always first, because the direction the Gujarat has set, so that is always on the priority, and everybody should know about it. And then if you'll go about the newspaper, because
No,
madam always
Prakash, see, the thing is, it was a remarkable win in Gujarat, record-breaking win. So obviously,
A large
the headlines
state
will
also. It's a large
tend to
state.
sway towards that. But the point that Supriya is making is this: if you take or give credit to Narendra Modi for the fantastic win in Gujarat, should he also take the blame for the loss in Himachal Pradesh? Because in his speech on Thursday, he seemed to suggest that it's just a 1%. We're just 1% below.
No, it's less than 1%, Sanket, but one thing is
No,
that
defeated, jo jeeta waisi kam.
we should talk about the data actually. We should talk about the data. If you will see in Himachal, because so many people contested against us, from us, the reason being over there, they damaged us. They have not performed well. By chance they got it, but we are on the ideology. Congress, they don't have the ideology. They have the pick and choose. No, ma'am, please allow me to complete. And
Please remember, this is how
the
democracy is going to be interpreted by the BJP.
They always do the Parivarvad. Apart from
Anurag
that, Gandhi
Thakur
is there.
किसके product है?
Gandhi is
कौन
there.
सा product है?
Apart from
Wait,
that,
since she has mentioned Anurag
Anurag Thakur
Thakur,
किसके
by the way,
product है?
Anurag Thakur, the 5 assembly segments
Hamirpur,
in
all
Hamirpur,
lost.
the BJP has lost all.
no, that's fine.
There's
See,
a rebel
but that
problem
is-
there.
Sorry?
No, there's a rebel
problem.
Yes.
See, a
Correct.
rebel problem is there, but apart from that, see, at the ideology, if you are saying the Parivar was there in the BJP, so the people from the Anurag Thakur's family should be there. It is not there. Even in the
His
Himachal
brother is
Pradesh, the
with
fight is
BCCI.
there between the
What else do you want them to
Congress. Who
do?
will be the
Start owning the
CM?
rest
Now
of the
the Pratibha
country?
Singh is claiming she is a wife, and his the
Can I
Veerbhadra
come in,
Singh's
please?
Yeah.
daughter, and
We'll come
his
to Aam
son,
Aadmi Party.
and the wife is there in the line. So this is the familism over there.
Yeah.
They use all the things and they have developed the model.
Sure.
They see like this is our whole right. The Parivarvad politics should
Anybody
get
else
out.
who wins is winning by chance, and the BJP is being blessed by the voters. Let's
You
stop.
see- you
no,
see
let's
the
once
data.
again.
I have all
Let's
the
stop
data to
insulting
show it.
democracy like
No,
this.
you are
Let us
insulting
stop
the democracy.
insulting democracy.
The
Stop
Congress
insulting
always
the people of Himachal.
No,
Stop
it's not like
insulting
that.
the
We
people of
always
Himachal.
welcome them. We
Respect
said it.
the electorate.
The
Respect
Prime
verdict
Minister
they're
said
giving
it.
you.
The Prime Minister said
Respect
very
the
clearly
mandate.
we
Be
will do
humble.
what is needed.
Be humble in respect
Okay,
to your
okay,
mandate.
okay.
I was very
Accept the
humble about
data.
Gujarat. You should be humble about Himachal.
No, it's
People
not
have
about the
voted
Gujarat.
you
What
out.
about
Have
this?
voted
What
you
about
out.
Bihar? what about
decisively.
UP? You did it.
Kartike Batra. Kartike.
You lost
I want to
two
come to you
seats
now,
in UP.
and we'll bring in the
FYI.
Aam Aadmi Party phenomenon also, because I think there is a lot of people will have to say about the Aam Aadmi Party. But Kartike.
Yeah, Sanket, 2-3 things. Himachal is interesting because I'll give you another data point. Jairam Thakur's own district, Mandi, they've swept 9 out of 10 seats, BJP. So the anti-incumbency in Himachal, less against the CM, more on national issues like OPS, like GST charges on Apple packaging, Agniveer scheme. Those were the issues. Now, when I said local leaders...
Big issues that matter to Himachal.
Himachal, but the policies were formulated by the central government.
Correct.
Now, it is interesting to note when I said...
Double engine actually worked against.
So let me just complete this line of thought, right?
Yeah.
That I said able local leadership, nicely marshaled by the central leadership. I said that. I think the template that the Congress needs to understand, the opposition party, I'm sure they know, but I'm just reiterating, is that BJP's strategy going forward in any state with local anti-incumbency is to nationalize the election with Modi's face, Prime Minister Modi's
It's
face.
always been the case.
Hawa mein, hai na? Now, wherever they find a local credible leader who can bring that election down to local issues, they face a challenge. Delhi, Bengal. I can tell you at least one state in the Congress also, Chhattisgarh, they will face the same problem because there they have a local leader with his fingers
Bhupesh
on the
Baghel.
pulse. Yes,
Yeah.
Bhupesh Baghel. But wherever they lack these condiments, they will find it tough because in Gujarat, the election did become national.
Correct.
Did you hear any Gujarat issues? You don't even know who's going to be the chief minister. Well, you know, but was the chief minister on the ticket? It was Prime Minister Modi was on the ticket. The cabinet was changed last year, indicating that the government is being run from Delhi.
Okay.
The message was very clear. They did not try to hide it. They wanted to show
But
it.
doesn't that model
went
work in Gujarat?
Actually
for
went
the
in trouble
BJP?
even before Mr. Modi, ED, CBI, income tax, they walk in. Even before Mr. Modi, agencies walk in to take care, to take control and act as frontals of the BJP.
No, but then Aarti
There's no
Jairus,
shying away from
doesn't
that.
this model work in Gujarat? I mean, it is...
It works in Gujarat. Sanket is very specific because the Congress there, as I said, it lacked a credible local leadership who could localize the election. As I said, in Himachal, they tried to use Modi's face. It didn't work. It worked to
but
the extent
you
it
know,
might have narrowed the margin.
Can I say one
but
thing?
they could not
Yeah.
clinch the
Yeah.
election.
Can I say one thing? There was something very strange in these elections. In Gujarat, the Congress has sat out. We didn't even see the Congress, and Aam Aadmi Party was high octane, high voltage and everything. And there is no question. I'm not saying the Congress could have won Gujarat. The Congress, I think the BJP, given the kind of intensity they put into the campaign, they were going to win. But the Congress need not have fallen so low if Aam Aadmi Party had not been present. Similarly,
No, but then
if we go to
but then that's
Himachal,
not true.
No, but if we go to Himachal, what happened to the Aam Aadmi Party? It started out, with a
then
big
fizzled
bang,
out. Yeah.
and then it just vanished. Now, suppose the Aam Aadmi Party had put in as much energy into Himachal, would we have seen the same result as we see? Because the margins are very narrow in Himachal.
I think what they must have done is rationing.
No,
Let's concentrate more on NCE.
I agree with that.
So, therefore, as I said, we can't draw conclusions for,
Sure,
a national
but
picture from
the
every
point that
election.
the point that you made about Reena Gupta, the point that is being made about you eating into the votes of the Congress party in Gujarat. You see, Aam Aadmi Party has got about 12.5%.
12.9.
Correct, 12.9,
Yeah,
right?
it's
13. Let's round it off. The Congress has 27.
26.7, I think.
Correct.
27, yes.
Round that off to
Yeah.
27. When you combine this,
That's less than the BJP's
it
vote
is
share.
40%.
Yes.
The BJP has 54.
No, I'm not saying
14%
the BJP,
more.
No, I'm not saying the BJP would have lost. I'm only saying the Congress's result need not have been as dismal as it is.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
there is no question that
Would you-
Aam Aadmi
would you
Party...
say agree? Do you think you failed in your strategy in Gujarat?
I
Yes or
think
no?
any data, before I answer that question, any data analyst will tell you when vote division happens of the kind it did in Gujarat, it will always help the incumbent. Obviously, a fence-sitter is not going to vote when the vote division is happening for either of the two parties. It's going to vote for the incumbent. That's a phenomenon which we've seen the world over. But to answer your question, have we learned our lesson from Gujarat? Absolutely. I'm not living in a fool's paradise to say, no, we did everything hunky-dory in Gujarat. Obviously, we got Gujarat wrong. Obviously, we messed up in Gujarat, and obviously, we have to reinvent and reimagine Gujarat. And I am reasonably certain we will come back stronger and form the next government. There is no denying that. Because I will tell you, after 27 years of the BJP's rule, they may have been elected with a huge majority. The issues of Gujarat continue to be 40 lakh people in Gujarat
You've
are still
not managed to
unemployed.
defeat them for
Okay,
27
okay,
years.
why-
What is it that
Arey,
you
you
do
go to
now?
Uttarakhand and
Yeah.
Goa and
Yeah.
Gujarat where the
Let's-
BJP is in trouble.
Let's
You have to
introduce the
stop
Aam
acting
Aadmi
as the
Party
B
into this.
team.
Let's introduce the Aam Aadmi Party into this debate. Reena Gupta, what exactly do you think that you were doing in Gujarat? Because you said
Helping the
Parivartan,
BJP.
our government is coming to power. The Congress said that your main purpose, two main purposes. One, to become a national party, which you admit also. And number two, help the BJP. How would you respond?
Sanket, that's a very strange question. What were we
Strange.
doing in Gujarat? We were contesting in Gujarat. We are a political party.
Which is
we
your
go
right.
and contest elections,
Which
which
is
is
your
our
right.
right.
Yeah.
Right? It is Congress lives in its la-la land, and they can continue to live in their la-la land. For 27 years, they have not defeated BJP in Gujarat. This was our first time entry in Gujarat. How is it possible that we are responsible for their defeat in Gujarat? This is, Congress has become an elite and lazy party. They don't want to go out and contest. You contrast that with BJP. Right now, it's 24/7 kind of politics. You can't say, I'm going to take a holiday in Bangkok and Switzerland and then come back for the elections and I will contest for
Who
2
took a
days.
holiday?
I will contest for 2 days and I'll win the election. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Now, as far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, both of these parties used to ridicule us. चुनाव लड़के दिखाओ. Okay, we contested. You are an UT party. अब दूसरे states में जाके दिखाओ. दूसरे देश में states में भी जाके दिखा दिया. बहुत बढ़िया प्रदर्शन कर दिया. We are the only party which has become a national party in 10 years. Right now, we have 5,000 local body representatives. We have MLAs in Punjab, Goa, Gujarat and Delhi. We have Delhi MCD. So, it's high time, and also they should both decide whether we are a B team of Congress or we are a B team of BJP.
But why
because
were you
both of
absent
us,
in
they keep
Himachal?
telling us.
Why were
I
you
will
absent in
respond. I will
Himachal?
respond.
Himachal,
See,
please explain to us.
Yes. I will respond. We are a small party. I don't disagree with that. We are a small party. We are a party with very limited resources. We don't have Benami Chanda, electoral bonds, or old
they
money
then
of Congress.
fight.
Can
They fight
I complete?
Just to be fair to the Aam Aadmi Party, Sanket, they contested in roughly 90 seats of Gujarat seriously. Saurashtra and South. North and Central, they were completely absent. So if indeed they were the
Can I please come in
BJP's
now?
B
Yeah.
team,
No, I
then at
need to
least
complete. I haven't
the
completed.
Congress should have at least performed better in North and Central, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the heat map that will be generated later of the Aam Aadmi Party, their vote share is primarily coming from these two regions, the 89 seats of Saurashtra and South Gujarat, because that is where they had two vote banks they
Correct,
tapped into.
correct,
I think
The
the
tribal
discussion today
tribal
is
vote
not
bank
about just,
and the
just-
Patidar vote bank.
Yeah.
Okay,
One
no,
minute.
no,
PKT has not spoken. Yeah.
I'm wondering that why are we discussing about the elections result which had happened yesterday? We are talking about what is the impact of this for the 2024.
Correct.
Where is the Aam Aadmi Party coming in? Why are we giving? We understand that they ruled Delhi, and Delhi is the national capital. So as the national
No,
media
by the
sits
way,
here.
your
Why are you
leadership
so
took it.
scared of
Can
Aam
I-
Aadmi
your
Party?
leadership
in
took them very
Gujarat?
seriously.
Can I
Why
make
are
one
you so scared of
statement?
Aam Aadmi Party?
I
It
was
won't
just trying
matter.
to, because
in Gujarat, their leadership very clearly told all the media houses
I
in
think this is
Gujarat
where you are
that
making
if
a
you
biggest
call Aam
mistake.
Aadmi
You are
Party, we
giving
will
an
not
undue
participate.
and
In Gujarat, they told the newspapers you cannot carry any news
you know
of
that
Aam
I know
Aadmi
how to
Party.
shout it down, but the
If-
only
if-
thing that I don't
if
want
we
it
are
to
so-
I don't want
if
it
we
to
are
do
so
it, but that does not mean that you
inconsequential,
don't give an
then why
opportunity
is
to
it that
speak.
both Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress keep giving
Can I
rallies to
please
Aam
come in?
Admi Party?
There's
No, I think this is
Yeah,
too much just only Aam Aadmi Party is not the one which is ruling India. That is called as Bharatiya Janata Party, and Congress is the main opposition party. I do understand that the Aam Aadmi Party is ruling the national capital, so as they have the money power or the PR power or the narrative power because of the national media, quite a bit supports them. Can I complete my statement? No, just complete my
99% of
statement.
the electoral
Arey, come on,
bonds are with
completely.
Bharatiya
Just
Janata
let me
Party.
complete
What
my
money
statement.
are you talking
On
about?
2024, other than these two states which they are ruling, that is Punjab and this, and in Punjab, for your information, Reena ji, your chief minister's seat, you could not come back in power in the Lok Sabha.
You
Now
lost
coming
the
to the
MLC seat in
2024,
Banaras. You lost the MLC seat in Banaras,
2024,
which is the Prime
Reena ji, then I will
Minister's
not let
One
you
by-
speak even a word. I
Yeah,
promise
yeah,
you that
one-
I will not even make you
No,
utter
no,
a
no, no,
word
one-
even for
one-
a second.
one-
Let me ask you this. Now,
conduct the debate.
2024, is there a single leader in India who can take on to the mighty Prime Minister Modi? Just tell all the panelists who are sitting here, including you, tell me, is there a single leader who can even come close to him. Forget about, it's not even in distant, you can't
yes,
find a leader.
you're saying Modi
Tell
is
me,
invincible.
who is the
He
unified
cannot be
opposition?
defeated.
Where is the,
Yeah.
where
Modi
is
was
the
defeated
unified
in Delhi
opposition?
MCD. They fought
Where is
the Delhi
unified
MCD election
opposition?
in the name
Bharat
of Prime
Jodo
Minister
Yatra,
Modi.
out of the Bharat Jodo Yatra in Karnataka, the 20 days almost, Rahul Gandhi walked through Karnataka. They lost the Mangalore, the municipal elections. In Telangana, he walked away, and the bypoll in Congress did not win.
Okay.
So I think the whole idea is that it is the country today knows very well that there is one person, there is a one leader who can take this country to the next level.
One
That is
question I
Prime
wanted
Minister
to ask
Narendra
you,
Modi.
do you feel that the Aam Aadmi Party is trying to replace you as the principal opposition? Because they've mentioned this. But are they actually doing it?
No, before I answer that question, I want to just shatter this whole myth that the BJP and the tale that they try to spin about the Modi invincibility. Absolutely not. He's lost an election in Himachal. He's lost the MCD. He's lost 5 bypolls. Who's lost that? The BJP, which is all about Modi. There is no BJP today. It is Mr. Modi's party. Modi Sarkar, Modi ki party. That is how they are
Modi ka
referred.
desh.
So one second. Please do not interrupt. Like he said, I will not let you utter a word. So please.
One
All
more.
I'm saying is this invincibility has to go. 2014, Modi won with a huge mandate. He lost Bihar and decisively. That was the index of opposition unity. He lost Delhi decisively. That was the index of unity. So let's not get carried away. Modi
where
is
is
not.
that
Let me
index,
finish.
Supriya?
Let me finish.
Where is it right now?
No, he is not invincible. These elections themselves tell you he is not invincible. There's a huge window of opportunity for everybody. As far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, I think Mr. Kejriwal got carried away because 2 or 3 things he wrote on a piece of paper came true. And I think, when you start feeding into your own ego and your own myth, this is what happens. He wrote something else on a piece of paper. He was claiming 90 seats. He got 5 in Gujarat. He got 0 in Himachal Pradesh. And I think Delhi has taught him a lesson that you cannot hide behind the LG. You cannot hide behind the poor Sheila Dikshit. You have to govern. We are now giving you the MCD. Govern Delhi properly. You can be ambitious. We have no divine right to contest elections. But please see their track record. Who do they benefit? Who do they ensure wins? The BJP in Uttarakhand, the BJP in Goa, of course Gujarat is another thing. Every time the BJP is in trouble, there is one troubleshooter. You know who he is? Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party. And no, they're not a poor party. 645 crore rupees worth spent on ads gives them disproportionate coverage. I remember the way Aam Aadmi Party was being covered for Gujarat, including your channels. It was almost as if Mr. Kejriwal is going to be sworn in as the next
Here is the thing. One way. You
get
have
one
mentioned
minute,
that
one
BJP. The
minute,
point
no,
is,
no, they get
that's
that's
the reality.
one
One
BJP.
I have to come in because she said something.
No. Supriya is getting the maximum time.
One
I need to be able to
I have to
respond.
reply. She
Yes.
said something about our coverage. I am saying the BJP had roadshows and rallies. Aam Aadmi Party was having roadshows and rallies. Congress decided to go for a low-key campaign. You tell me what does a channel cover?
But one thing
the
I will
channel
tell you.
can cover.
No, you have to
What do you
understand
show?
that you
One
have
second.
been
In an election
giving more
season-
importance.
In an election
the channel
season,
can cover a lot. I don't want to look. I don't want to get into this blame game. I don't want to get personal with you. I don't want to get personal
Your
with you.
party chose to go for a low-key campaign.
I
There was
don't
no
want to get
campaigning
personal
visible.
with you. You
Sanket,
could have done a
what-
town hall with us. Why did you not do it?
Exactly,
I can ask
we
you a
did
question.
it. No, we did a town
No,
hall.
absolutely not. You did not.
Right
You
here
did not
in
even
MCD,
give
in
it the,
this very studio,
you did not
Supriya.
even give it the
No, no.
euphoria that
In
you gave
this
Aam Aadmi
very
Party. Look,
studio.
I'm not getting there. I think eventually 2024 is going to be a contest between competing ideologies. BJP and we are poles apart ideologically. Where is the Aam Aadmi Party? That is a question the country
one
will
minute.
ask.
Let me respond.
Where are they ideologically?
By the way, in this very studio, a town hall happened with the Congress. I can replay that
Not
tape
with
for
the same
you.
euphoria, not with the same footage,
Now you
not
will
with the same.
now you
No,
will
of
blame
course,
me
I
for
would
a
have noticed.
euphoria also.
I'm a
but
media
one thing
person.
is,
I would have noticed how
Sanket,
you
you
did
will
it.
blame me for the
You
euphoria.
stop billing to the Aam Aadmi Party. I know how you did that.
The amount
One
of
moment,
time,
one moment.
Sanket, I'll tell you one thing.
Politicians
to
cannot.
respond.
I
I
believe
need to
that
respond,
politicians
please.
cannot
I need to
expect media
respond.
persons to become cheerleaders for anyone. I will not.
But
Yes,
Sanket,
Reena,
one thing I'll
one
tell you.
moment, Reena,
The amount of
Reena
time
Gupta,
you
yeah.
gave it to both Congress and Aam Aadmi Party.
Arey,
I'm not
I
a
will come to you,
spokesperson for
Mr.
BJP.
Nambiar.
No, one thing I'll tell
You know,
you.
such-
That clearly gives you a
Itna
feeling
brittle
that I
egos,
don't know
please.
why do you wanted to give this. I don't know why do you
No,
give
what
so much
do you-
of time to Aam Aadmi Party more than even Congress. This is not
Congress
right.
is getting enough
This is not even
time.
right.
Supriya has spoken the most. What are you saying?
I
I'll tell you, Sanket, I'll tell you what.
Can we go back very quickly?
Yes, going back to the debate.
Mr. Nambiar, you're an analyst like us, right? Like Karthik and me. You're getting
He's
more
an analyst leaning towards Bharatiya
Can we
Janata
also
Party.
object?
He's
Can we
sitting
also
to the
object?
right of Sanket.
I'm on the straight.
Sanket, it is very clear.
Yeah.
Bharatiya Janata Party would like Congress to be the principal opposition. In Gujarat, their leaders are on record saying, if you don't want to vote for BJP, vote for Congress, but do not vote for AAP.
No, see.
Because, let me complete, because they know how to manage Congress. They know they can do an Operation Lotus in Congress. Even from the last time around, even the last time around,
Arvind Kejriwal went on record to say,
even the
don't
last
vote
time
for the
around,
Congress.
even the last
You-
time
you
around,
also said don't vote for the Congress.
even the last time around, 22 of their
Reena
MLAs
Gupta,
joined Bharatiya Janata Party.
why did Arvind
All
Kejriwal
over the
say don't
country,
vote for
the
Congress?
Operation Lotus,
Everybody
200
wants to
MLAs
know
that have
this.
been fought
I'll
over.
come to that.
What is the ideology? Absolutely.
200
I'm with you.
MLAs that have been bought over. 200 MLAs that have been bought over by Congress,
Why does he
by
say
Bharatiya
riots when
Janata
they were
Party.
rioting?
Most
Very,
of them,
very
now
difficult
Supriya,
to
stop
hold a debate like
interrupting
this,
me.
one by one.
You can't go on a rant, no.
It's very difficult to do a debate like Karthikeyan.
Sanket, I'll just probably...
No, let me respond to the ideology
he has to be the circuit breaker
I
here.
have to respond to the ideology question. I want to respond to the ideology question.
We are also co-panelists,
Exactly,
all of us.
exactly.
We also
I know,
need to
one
get
by
a
one,
chance.
please.
But
So I'm
Supriya is
sorry.
taking the
No,
most.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Both of you cannot
Supriya
dominate.
is just
I'm sorry.
dominating
the
I'm
whole
sorry. I
conversation.
object.
This is
I don't think
I'm
that
on
you
the
all
party.
can dominate
Sanket,
like
what
this.
they-
We also
Karthikeyan
have to get a
Batra,
chance.
and let's quickly go back to the topic of
Yes,
the
and I'm coming back to that, Sanket. There are
Impact 2024.
So 2 things I'll tell you. In Gujarat, I think the BJP was more wary of the AAP's potential than the Congress's present.
Absolutely.
But this will vary across states. When they go to Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, they will be more wary of the Congress. There they will try to prop up the Aam Aadmi Party. Because they basically want to project the party that is not in their wisdom in pole position to beat them. So I think the Aam Aadmi Party is more energetic in Gujarat than the Congress was. When they come to MP Chhattisgarh, they'll find that Congress is in a better position. So they'll try to say, oh, look at Aam Aadmi Party, like they used to do with Owaisi. They used to make Owaisi the Muslim face and they used to deflect issues. That's one. The Muslim vote is a very interesting topic, Sanket. If you give me 1 minute, I'll share some data points.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Aam Aadmi Party's dilly-dallying on these issues that has happened in the last year or so has cost them wards in the outer periphery of Delhi where the Muslim vote dominates.
And Congress gained over
yes,
nine
yes.
votes.
Of the 9, I think roughly 5 to 6 have come from these seats. Okhla, Silampur, these areas. In the central part of Chandni Chowk, Aam Aadmi Party has done well, even in Balli Maran, etc. But that tells you something that their ambivalence on ideology probably can only work so far. They'll have to come clean on some issues, that's one. What has happened in Rampur is even more interesting, Sanket. The BJP has wrested Azam Khan's stronghold and there has been an outreach towards the Pasmanda Musalman from the BJP side. These 2 trends tell you something. That the Muslim vote bank is restless, right? And it is not happy with, I think Aam Aadmi Party is still running a popular government in Delhi. But I think dilly-dallying on questions will only take them so far. And this is just
And thus we come to
this is
that question on
constructive
idea.
feedback. I'm not criticizing anybody.
Do you feel that in 2024, it will be expected of the Aam Aadmi Party to clear what their ideology is? Reena Gupta, what is your ideology?
Sorry.
Sanket, I've been saying this, our ideology is very, very clear. Our ideology is that every citizen of this country needs to have access to good school.
That is not an ideology.
Can
That
I
is not
complete?
an ideology.
Why is
That
that
is
not an
that's
ideology?
that's
Why is that not an
basic thing
ideology?
which is expected.
After 70
That is basic
years,
thing which is
after
expected
70
out of
years,
everyone.
If the people
called
of this
post
country
That is
don't
it's not an
have
ideology.
access
What is your
to
ideology?
education,
You do not
good-
have a
good
foundation.
health, why is that not
The
an
party,
ideology? For
every
70
political
years,
party
these two
do
parties
have an
been ruling the
ideology, whether it
country.
is Congress or a
Not
BJP
having
or a left
good
party.
schools is
They
not a
do have their own
contentious issue.
ideology.
I really
But you
find
don't have
that
it.
a very, very,
No,
you
the
know,
point, the allegation over here is that you in a very clever way, circumvent issues related
That's a
to...
vision. That's a vision.
No, related to Muslims. For instance, you're talking
It's not clever,
now...
It's stupid.
You-
It's psychologically
And that is
backed
not
up.
your mission.
You're
How
free to
can
talk
that be a
now,
vision? There is
but
a
all
basic
through the
thing which is
elections, one moment,
expected.
let me ask the question. All through the elections, you steered clear of any mention of Bilkis Bano.
no, we did
of
not.
Godhra.
I myself said, yes, it was a wrong thing to
Did
do.
Arvind Kejriwal
Those
say that?
rapists should not have been
Did-
released.
is Arvind Kejriwal on record
the
anywhere?
same way.
Well,
if-
Manish
if-
Sisodia
no,
did not say.
Did he ask say anything
Can
on
I
that? Give me the town hall
complete?
with
Can
him.
she
he
not
has not.
interrupt?
He has not
Here,
said a
it
word
is
on
a
it.
fact that the Aam Aadmi Party tried to steer clear, and thus Aarti
Sanket,
Jairath
Sanket, when we build schools,
he said that
he
before
did
the
not say
elections.
that. When we build schools, then a Muslim, a Christian, a Hindu, everybody goes
Okay,
to those
Aarti
schools.
Jairat, I want to
That
come
is
back.
our
Wait,
ideology.
20.
You know, sorry,
We
I
don't
want
believe
to
in
pour
this.
some cold water on
Yeah.
both Aam Aadmi Party and on Congress,
Okay.
all right? Because if we're talking about 2024, 2024 is a national election, right? The others are state elections, and in state elections, issues are different. In a national election, issues are different. And I think voters have become very mature. They've become very
Differentiate.
perceptive. They differentiate. They differentiate because we have seen cases in which polls have been held simultaneously for national and state,
Artijan,
and they have voted differently.
Himachal
in
mein
national-
BJP was 70% in national elections, gone down to 42% now.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm sorry, you know, you may have won Himachal, you may be sweeping in Delhi and everything, but that does not say anything about what's going to happen in 2024. And in fact, today, there is no question. I mean, I do agree with you. On the national map, the man who stands the tallest is Narendra Modi. So unless these parties can either get together and have an index of opposition unity, which we have seen in the past has always worked when there's been a dominant party. In the past it used to be the Congress. When the index of national opposition unity was high, they actually managed to defeat the Congress. So either all these opposition parties need to get together and have an index of opposition, high
But you know,
index
Aarti,
of opposition
is that
unity,
Lohiya-
or they have
Lohiya
to
movement
produce
possible
No,
in the
I don't
opposition?
know. Possibly not. Possibly not, because I think Aam Aadmi Party is a party that has to go alone. I don't think the Aam Aadmi Party is a party that can actually join hands with, you know, the older parties which function in an older mode, because this is a younger, modern party which thinks differently. But you know, so either the opposition has to have a high index of opposition unity, or the opposition has to produce a charismatic figure who can take on Narendra Modi in a personality contest, because the BJP has converted
And everyone
a
joins
parliamentary
hands.
poll
Okay.
into a
Prakash and
personality
Sharma, do you
contest.
feel that if there will be an index of opposition unity, that will probably be a big challenge to the Bharatiya Janata Party? The point that Supriya was making, that you may have won and won magnificently in Gujarat, but there are other markers that tell you that you haven't.
Sanket, all elections is getting very clear. See, Supriya was talking about the ideology. Ideology is very clear, pick and choose. As per the demand and supply, they make the arrangement. Formally, what they will do, indirectly they are doing. So with this debate, it's very clear. It's BJP versus others. Number one. Number two, it's very clear again, as far as the voters are getting matured, we want the 100% participation of all voters in the election. That is very declined, that we need to understand. But where like we are getting organic growth in all the sectors, including the Muslims. So this is also very clear that we are not doing the caste politics.
By the
which
way,
has
the
been
Samajwadi
blamed
Party
for.
has accused you of using state machinery
No, it's
to
not,
swing the
No, it's not
Rampur
like that.
vote.
See, ultimately making claims is very easy, but making the things, because you have to see the state machinery into this particular Bihar, with whom it is there. It's not like that.
Okay.
It's a public sentiment, we can't avoid it.
Yeah.
And this is getting very sure about
Okay.
2024.
Okay.
BJP will come with the thumping majority.
Okay,
under
okay.
the leadership of
Last
Mr.
few
Modi,
minutes, I want to
and that will be
last few
40+.
minutes, I want to concentrate. This Aarti made a very interesting
very small
point on
point.
index of opposition unity.
If you
Supriya?
allow me one small
Sure.
point. He spoke about everybody else using caste. I was a journalist. When they did appointments in the cabinet, we would get a list of who belonged to which caste, and this should be said on air. I mean, let's get real here. I come from UP, and all that you do in UP is caste management, caste realignment. So don't get carried away because you won one state.
vote, they're focusing on the
Absolutely.
Pasman
No, it's not like
Which
that.
is 60%.
No, I mean, don't get carried away with your victory. Be realistic.
See, the
Accept
reality
what
is,
you
the
do.
reality
Okay,
is
okay,
just to
okay.
serve in a better way.
Let's now go forward and talk about who can take on Modi. Supriya feels that Modi is not invincible. Correct?
Absolutely not.
Now I want to ask you, who defeats him?
I think
A united opposition, in that case, can we look at Reena Gupta's party and Supriya Shinet's party joining hands?
there are enough and more parties who are together in
And
this
other
fight.
opposition
There are
parties
18 parties.
I have written an article on this.
Yeah,
Finish.
sure.
There are 18 parties who came together to oppose the farmers' movement. I will ask you a question. You know how big was that news? It was a small column on page number 8 of India's leading daily. Why is opposition, and I include Aam Aadmi Party, why is opposition being grudged by institutions that are supposed to stand for the opposition? Whether it's the media and to some extent the judiciary. I'll raise no questions. I'll be held in contempt. But I think these are questions to be raised. Modi is not invincible. There is an index of opposition unity. On issues that matter, people are very bright. People will vote on issues that matter. You know, the
Supriya, my question,
the returns on even polarization and communal
Supriya,
politics is diminishing.
Yes,
the returns are not as great,
Supriya,
which is why Gujarat could not be polarized.
My
Did
question
you see that?
is very limited. See, are you willing to, in the opposition, take a cold call and put away your differences?
Never say never in politics, and you don't know what happens.
Put your differences aside and
keep the BJP out. Keep the BJP out
for 2024.
Keep the BJP out.
That is a crucial question on which 2024
Who will build the cat?
You remember in 2004, Sonia Gandhi tied up with, heading the Congress, tied up with parties like the DMK, which she had once accused of murdering her husband. But she did it. That was to create an index of opposition
Are you open
unity
enough for
to take on the Vajpayee-led
to keep this
BJP?
country united, to keep this country together, to ensure that people get their due. We are absolutely open to aligning with every like-minded party, and we have in the past. I mean, the whole stance that we together take in Parliament doesn't happen by fluke. The fact that everybody, including the Aam Aadmi Party, attends a meeting called by us doesn't happen by fluke. We want to keep the BJP out, but we also want you to clarify your stand. Ideologically, it cannot be classrooms and hospitals. That's important, but that is not an ideological stance. You cannot compromise on the safety of a certain section of citizens just because they're not, you know, it's not all right to talk about them. That's
Reena
not
Gupta, specifically on the question of aligning a Mahagathbandhan for 2024. If you also have the same goal and you also feel that Modi is not invincible.
I agree with Supriya that Modi is not invincible. And the only person who can actually defeat Modi is Arvind Kejriwal, which is very clear from several polls that have been taken.
But practically speaking,
with
12%
Sanket, so
voter share in Gujarat.
Yes, so he can be the leader of the opposition. He can be the face of the opposition.
And
you do surveys anywhere. You do surveys anywhere. You know, if you look at, there are 15 non-BJP, non-Congress chief ministers right now. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is the most popular. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is the most popular face across India.
Can I come in? Can I come in?
IB report.
Can I come in?
One more. I'm saying that the Congress has said we are willing to take this practical call for 2024 and go for a large umbrella opposition. I don't know, it has not been successful
on issues that matter.
On issues that matter. A common minimum program as used to exist in the UPA.
And we ran a successful government for 10 years.
Yeah.
I find it very funny.
Will you be practical enough to align with other members in the opposition?
I find it very funny
Only
when
Supriya
says like-minded parties. They have collaborated with AIUDF, Muslim League, ISF. These are not contentious issues. So what does she mean by like-minded?
No,
when it
contentious
suits
issues are
her,
rape of a
hold
woman.
on. When
Riots,
it suits her, when it suits their party, they will do a Shabano. When it suits their party, they will do a Shabano. They will do a Shabano.
That is how ideologically bankrupt and compromised
the Congress party has treated Muslims as their vote bank. The Congress party has treated Muslims as their vote bank. They have not done a single thing for the Muslims of this country. That is the reason why they did not implement the Standard Committee report. What did they do?
My question emanated from what Aarti asked.
One more.
I can outshout you.
1984
I don't want to.
People are still being used
Reena,
by the
Reena ji,
Congress
nobody will
party. What is their ideology?
No, one moment. You have not answered my question. Are you willing to align with the Congress party
Just a yes
in an
or
alliance?
no.
Yes or no?
Congress party is finished. They're hardly
finished.
anywhere to be seen.
Just formed
It's
a government
history.
in Himachal.
Just in one state.
How many total MLAs do you have all across the country?
Congress has more
How many total MLAs do you have all across the country? Ask her. How many total MLAs does she have all across the country?
Growing
How many
national
total
party in the
MLAs does Aam
country.
Aadmi Party have
We are
all
the
across the
fastest
country?
growing national party in the country.
Last
over 700 MLAs she's talking about
Kartike
this.
Batra, you tell me if there is this practical call, and I think this is the need of the hour. If you feel that Modi is not invincible, join ranks, and this has happened. In 2015, Bihar it has happened. In other places also it has happened.
In the past, it has happened.
Exactly. In 2024, should this practical call be taken, or do we look at a scenario where 2024 is going to be an absolutely predictable election?
Can I make 3 quick points?
Very quick.
On the issue of Mr. Kejriwal, I'll just say this. Amongst the Hindi-speaking leaders, if you were to have a debate between Mr. Modi and someone else, Mr. Kejriwal is number 1. That point I will concede. Political communication, he does match the Prime Minister. Their playbook is very similar. But that's not sufficient to become the fulcrum of the national opposition in the next 18 months or so. So having said that, Sanket, you counted successful examples of alliances. I'll give you one other very unsuccessful example.
Yeah.
Uttar Pradesh, SP, BSP couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Lazy alliance making on the basis of arithmetic can actually boomerang. You want alliances only when there is chemistry. There is a program and you can convince the voter that it's not just because of arithmetic benefits you're coming together, because then they will do what the BJP leader is saying. It's us versus Modi or them versus Modi. The Indira Gandhi playbook. And that actually then works against the opposition. So
and makes him even more
it has to be organic. I'll tell you one last point. Why is Prime Minister Modi the most successful today? There are 3 planks. Hindutva, welfareism and nationalism. My suggestion for the opposition is steer clear of Hindutva for now, even if you can blunt the remaining 2, which is welfareism. You come up with your own model of governance. Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, you have governments there, now in Himachal as well. The Delhi model was competing with the Gujarat model. Why not a Chhattisgarh model for the Congress? That's one. You can blunt nationalism because after all, you are the party that spearheaded the Indian independence movement. We seem to have forgotten that.
Actually, very contentious arguments being made. I don't agree with anything. And I will retort.
I'm just
they can turn around and say that, look at Bharat Jodo Yatra.
I'm just saying that the BJP has monopolized nationalism.
Okay.
I think communication-wise, the Congress
I
can
think
do
the party
more.
that decides.
Let him complete and then I'll come to you.
I'm almost done. That the Congress won several wars for India. They were the ones that were spreading the independence movement. I think there has to be some reinvention of that narrative to combat the nationalism narrative.
Okay.
If these conditions are not met, then 2024 seems against advantage BJP.
Last word, Supriya, please.
I will only say that I disagree with everything that he has said, and I'll tell you why. I seldom disagree with an analyst. I disagree because BJP is the self-appointed custodian of our religion. Who are they? Why should I keep quiet on Hindus? What are they doing for Hindus? Making them unemployed, keeping them unemployed and making them poorer. What about nationalism? The Prime Minister lies to an entire nation and says nobody has entered China. There are 20 people who made a supreme sacrifice. The Prime Minister keeps quiet. That's nationalism. I mean, let's not get carried away by a narrative that, you know, the well-meaning, so to say, media will show. But no, 1 second. I think they need to be called out. I'm not going to keep quiet because Mr. Modi has appointed himself as a self-appointed custodian of my religion or my nation. This nation belongs as much to me. Please, and don't get carried away also.
Supriya ji, can I just
Despite all his polarization,
big fight is it?
I'll just say something. My point
Let
is,
the two
Supriya ji,
people fight. Why do we need to sit?
Supriya ji, I'm not
on.
disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, in the current mood of the nation, Prime Minister Modi's weight, it seems, carries more weight than any other leaders.
It did not carry in Himachal or in Delhi or in the 5 bypolls.
Local elections,
Supriya,
Supriya, we
my
are
point
talking
is,
about a
I'm
national
just saying,
election. Please
analytically,
get that clear.
for that,
I have got that clear.
Please get that
either
clear.
you need to create another Nayak or Jananayak with the same weight.
I don't think we would have got the response to the Bharat Jodo Yatra the way we did if Mr. Modi was such a cult figure. Let's not get carried away.
PKD Nambiar.
He can't win one seat south of India.
Well, we are talking about
on this point.
Yeah,
what
I
the
think I
opposition
agree
can
with
do.
him that, see, to an extent I agree with him that it may not be completely. See, 2024, when you're today, as we were all talking about, people do understand what is the local body election, what is the state election, and what is a national election.
And also understand you nationalize them.
National. And that's the way it should be. There is no
every election should become a national election.
No, see, one thing I'll tell you, every election needs to be is a celebration of our democracy. That needs to be put it in the same spirit. Whether it is in Telangana, see, just listen to me this. It is not about Delhi or in Gujarat or in Himachal. Even in Telangana, where they just have, BJP have got only 1 or 2 MLAs. They have, the Telangana bypoll or in the Hyderabad local body elections, the BJP fought those elections in the fullest way. Sure. And that's the way you expect any good, strong political party
last
to...
word, Prakash ji.
No, I just wanted
running
to...
out of time.
Only one thing
Comrade only.
No, one thing I just wanted to tell you, that 2024, the people of India is going to, while they are choosing, they are electing their MPs, they also know that who is the real hero, whom they should be voting for, who will lead the country.
Okay,
and
fine.
that is already been defined,
Prakash,
decided.
Hero who has made them unemployed and
Sanket,
poor.
we are just talking about the problems and making our own narratives as per our convenience. But the reality is, if so many elections are going on, what is the solution? How to save the money and do the more welfare about it? So that is the reason ki one nation, one election to be there. We have proposed it. Why you are not supporting it?
Brand new topic. After 50 minutes, please.
the next one.
Later. Well,
That's what they do. Shift the
ne-
goalpost to
next-
some other topic.
Second, give me
Goalpost
the last
ही
one.
change कर दो.
Give me the last one. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know whether the Congress can take, has a right to be the fulcrum of the next coalition or, whatever opposition, or whether the Aam Aadmi Party does. It has to be, the fulcrum has to be an uninterested party. Because unfortunately, the Congress wants to be have the prime ministerial seat. So does the Aam Aadmi Party. And as long as they have those ambitions, they can never be the
But it's
pivot of
not
any
wrong
kind
to have
of
ambitions.
No, but they cannot be the pivot of a
Like a Chandrababu
united
Naidu,
opposition.
like a Chandrababu Naidu in the
That's right,
90s.
That's right.
Okay.
There has
Completely
to be,
run out of time. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
1977.
We will debate this a lot as we build up to 2024. Taking a short break at this moment, but the big fight continues on the other side.